Many years ago, I shared with you my first mentor, Alan, right? And that's when we shared a stage at my big event. And you can see he suffered from a Parkinson's disease. But when I met him, it wasn't that serious, but later on it was very serious. After 1 year of learning from Alan, I went out there and started my own one-man advertising agency. One person, right? Trying to make it, right? That's good. After a couple of years, I was making good money, 6-figure, decent for a young guy, 20-some more years old. And then Alan said, Dan, I'm thinking of, getting a few people, smart people together. We will, just get together once a month and we kind of brainstorm, kind of like a mastermind and kind of setting. And we'll do it in the conference room in my condo. Do you want to come? Now, what do you think I said? Oh yeah, I want to, sure, right? Now, here's the problem. He said, every single one of those guys, they're all millionaires. You'll be the one that's not, right? Because I was 20-some years old. Technically, you cannot get in, but because you're my mentee, so I kind of let you tag along, right? You can sit next to me and I would say, you're my mentee. I said, thank you so much. Right? So I remember the first time when I went to the meeting, and I remember one guy, Ron, lives in Vancouver, right? He owns about, at the time, 200 doors. He has a couple buildings in Burnaby, like apartment buildings. Another person that I met, Sam, he also runs in Vancouver the most successful music and dance schools. He's got 3 locations, right? Owns about, again, 8-figure in real estate, right? So I went there, meeting with them, 20-some more years old. They're all older than me, yes? Wiser than me, smarter than me. First time I went there, I remember, didn't say a word. Because I was shy, right? I was uncomfortable. So the first time I went there was very uncomfortable. Because I felt like I don't belong, right? I felt like just out of place. And they were talking about numbers that I cannot even fathom, right? I'm a copywriter. I'm selling my project for 10, 15K. They're telling, I'm going to buy this deal for $8 million. I'm going to do this. I'm like, $8 million? How many zeros is that? Like, for a young guy, I can't compute. It's way outside of my comfort, right? And they were talking about business and the ideas, and I felt like I got nothing to contribute, but I'm picking up, just writing down notes, even I don't understand what the hell I'm talking about, but I'm going to write down, right? So, and we'll meet once a month. Once a month, I just kept going to the meeting, kept going. It's like alcohol recovery thing, but it's a good kind of thing, right? So I'm good to go back every single month. It's like about 5-6 months into it, some of them was, hey, let's, after the meeting, usually it's like 4 or 5 hours. Say, let's go have a drink. I said, well, I don't drink, but I could come along, right? So I start to get to know these guys, right? And I got a little bit more comfortable, right? Just like day 1, right? Day 2, you got a little more how many are more comfortable with each other, right? Get to know each other. So 5-6 months into it, we went to dinner, and then becomes a tradition. Like, we just go to dinner every single time afterwards, right? I get to know the family, everything, and they invite me to the businesses in the house. Very nice to me. And suddenly, as I become more comfortable, I would share more ideas. So I was no longer like this. I was more like myself. I would share ideas, and they would tell me, hey, Dan, you've got great ideas. Thank you for contributing ideas, right? I'm like, I got good ideas. I do, right? Because I don't feel like I could contribute anything to them. No, you got some insights and stuff and all that. Great. And as I kept going back, suddenly, one day, I forgot, probably a year into it, maybe 10 months into it. It's like a MWM moment for me, a light bulb moment. I was looking at them, like at the table, like that, and they're talking, and suddenly it hit me. These guys are not 10 times smarter than me, and they don't work 10 times harder than me, but they definitely have more money than me, 10 times more money than me. And it just, somehow it just clicked. It's an identity shift, right? It just clicked for me. Maybe I could be a millionaire too. It was just that moment, like, In fact, some of them are quite dysfunctional. They have their problems too, right? I'm like, I could do that, right? And then as I get more comfortable, and I realize that moment I had an identity shift. When I had the identity shift, hey, I could do this. It's not even a confidence thing. It's just like, yeah, these guys are just like me. They're just like me. In fact, I think I work harder. I think I'm young, right? I got energy, I got stamina. And because of the proximity with them, naturally, they were pulling me up. The problem is the environment that you're in, people are pulling you down, they're dragging you down. Please write this down. Proximity creates identity. You hang around with people who do drugs, guess what you do? You do drugs. You hang around people who are alcoholic, guess what? You will drink. You hang around with healthy, fit people, you'll be healthy and fit. Who you surround yourself with is who you become.